The most complex object in the known universe isn't a galaxy. It's the human brain. Inside your head are 86 billion neurons, constantly sending electrical signals faster than lightning. Every thought, every memory, every movement begins as a tiny electrical signal inside this incredible network. Different regions of the brain control everything from vision and hearing to movement, emotions, and memory. And when billions of neurons work together, something extraordinary emerges: human consciousness. What if the most powerful computer in the universe was already inside your head? Welcome to the human brain. These sparks are the force of neurons, firing electrical signals. Your brain weighs only about 3 pounds, yet it controls every thought, movement, and emotion. Inside this organ, billions of specialized cells work together constantly. They use electric signals to connect, process, and share information. Each flash you see is a neuron firing. Together, they create our thoughts and memories. Together, these cells form the most complex communication network in biology. These glowing paths are neurons, firing electrical signals that create information. It's a living supercomputer. To understand how the brain works, we must first explore its building blocks. These are neurons, the brain cells, connected by synapses. When signals pass between them, we can see sparks of activity. These building blocks, they fire in the cell sect, creating the thoughts and memories that make us who we are. Each neuron connects to thousands of other neurons, allowing your brain to process information at incredible speeds. Together, they create vast neural networks processing huge information. Signals jump between neurons across tiny gaps called synapses. Membrane. Electrical impulses carry information rapidly across these networks. This is how your brain processes everything from thoughts to actions. These signals travel at incredible speeds, connecting every part of your mind. This is the power of your brain. Chemical messengers called neurotransmitters help transmit signals. They cast the tiny gaps between neurons, called synapses. This creates a cascade of electrical activity throughout the brain, and that's how we think and feel. Billions of neural signals move through your brain every second. This electrical activity forms the foundation of thought. Neurons fire in rapid bursts, creating electric signals. These signals travel along pathways at incredible speeds. This is how our brain processes everything. When connections strengthen, learning occurs. Neural pathways, like these glowing ones, get stronger with use. So it builds what we call practice named. Sense how fire faster and signals travel more efficiently.
This adaptive ability is called neuroplasticity.
The frontal lobe controls planning, reasoning, and decision-making. It helps evaluate situations and choose actions. All pathways activate, sending electric signals to weigh our options. Send us acting thoughts to help us decide. And that's the power of your brain. It also controls voluntary body movement. When you move, signals originate here. These sparks are electric neural signals traveling at incredible speeds. They tell your muscles to contract so you can walk, run, or jump. This is the power of your brain. This region organizes complex tasks. When a signal arrives, it sparks electrical activity, connecting neurons. The parietal lobe processes sensory information from your body, including touch, temperature, pressure, and pain. Receptors in the skin convert touch into electrical signals that travel through nerves to the parietal lobe. The parietal lobe calculates spatial awareness, helping you understand where objects are relative to your body. This 3D grid shows how the brain maps objects and distances around you. It's like an internal GPS for your body. This region combines sensory information to create a complete understanding of the environment. This sensory integration helps guide accurate movements such as reaching and grasping objects. In our lab, we simulate these brain signals using advanced holograms like this one. It shows how neurons fire to create precise actions. The temporal lobe processes sound and helps the brain understand speech and language. The temporal lobe allows you to recognize voices, music, and complex sounds. When you hear a voice, electrical signals travel to this area. Then, your brain matches the sound of memory, and you recognize who it is. Sound is converted into electrical signals that travel to the temporal lobe for interpretation. Specialized language areas decode speech so you can understand spoken words. This region also works with the hippocampus to store memories and experiences. The occipital lobe is responsible for processing visual information. Visual signals from the eyes travel to the occipital lobe for interpretation. This region analyzes shapes, patterns, and outlines. Neurons fire, sending signals that help us recognize and interpret the world. Specialized neurons detect colors, brightness, and contrast. Other neurons detect motion and depth, helping the brain understand movement. The cerebellum controls balance and coordination of movement. The brain ensures body movements are smooth and precise. See these electric signals? They're the neurons firing. The cerebellum compares intended movement with actual movement. The brain processes information through neural bahat. If movement is inaccurate, the cerebellum adjusts signals instantly. This region helps maintain posture and balance. The hippocampus plays a key role in forming new memories. It converts short-term experiences into long. See how these experiences become neural patterns? This is how our brain learns. Repeated experiences strengthen neural connections. This is how our brains build memory pathways. It's a continuous process. This process allows the brain to learn and adapt. Neural networks reorganize, forming new connections. The brain constantly rewires itself through neuroplasticity. See these new sparks? They're new neural connections forming. The amygdala processes emotions such as fear and excitement. The brain's neurons fire in complex patterns to process information. It rapidly detects threats and prepares the body to react. The brain processes information through electrical signals in neuron. This triggers the body's fight or flight survival response. The hypothalamus regulates hormones, temperature, hunger, and stress. Watch these hormone signals spread from the hypothalamus now. The brain maintains balance between the body's internal systems. Through neural signals, it regulates at everything from temperature to heart rate. The brainstem controls automatic survival functions like breathing and heart rate. It connects the brain to the spinal cord, relaying critical signals. It regulates breathing without conscious effort. This holographic brain shows how neurons fire to keep us alive. The brainstem controls heart rate and blood pressure. It sends electric signals down neural pathways to the heart. This creates a steady heartbeat. Many reflexes, such as blinking, originate here. A reflex signal travels quickly, triggering the response. The brainstem connects the brain to the rest of the body. Watch these electric signals travel down the spinal cord.